And as I've told some of the new congressmen in DC, especially the ones that I worked with in Pennsylvania, their election started the day after that election. Because the only way you're going to retain your seat in Washington is what you do at home. And two of the congressmen I was talking to last week, we had a meeting, I said, it doesn't make any difference what piece of legislation you sign your name to. It doesn't make any difference what publicity you get here in Washington. Unless you're back home doing your constituent services, and you're returning the phone calls, working with the veterans, working with the activists, you're not going to win re-election. Because the Republicans are going to put up candidates, and they'll learn from this experience not to, they're not going to let it happen again, believe me, it's going to be a fight. So hopefully we can retain, if not gain, the additional 32 seats we gain in the House. But again, it's going to take a lot of work. We have opportunities in 08 for Senate seats as well, and governor seats. In the Senate in particular, there are 21 Republicans that are up for re-election in the U.S. Senate to 8 Democrats. So we have a great opportunity here to pick up some additional seats. People told Governor Dean that you couldn't win in places like Montana. You couldn't win in places like Idaho. You can if you go out and work for it. And what he has done with his 50-state partnership program is try to get the state parties, the state chairs, and the local activists involved together to work. Don't treat people as being red or blue. Everywhere is the same. We're going to put money, we're going to put people wherever we can in every state across this country. Some of the critics in Washington after the election said, we could have used that money, we might have won another Senate seat. The gains we made were wonderful, and it was a cooperation of a lot of people. So in 08, we have a lot of work to do between now and then. Don't become complacent, because now is not the time of complacency. We have to work, talk to our friends, talk to our neighbors, and get them involved. Many of you are on town committees where you have that members for years, you've been members for years. You need some new blood. Don't turn anyone away at the door. Welcome everybody with an open arm. I think I said this once before at your banquet last year that, if a new person walks in that door, make it a point to go up and say hello, introduce yourself. There are a lot of young people out there who want to work, but they don't want to go to meetings a lot. Not interested in Robert's Rules of Orders, but they do want to work, they want to knock on doors. And I think that's why John had such success in the governor's race, because you've got to put people to work. There are still a lot of people out there right now. This election's over, and they're all standing around going, all right, what do we do for the next year? You should have them working now in your local communities, on your local town committees. Get them involved in the process. Get them involved, as Kate said, in the state committee, because they are there. They want to work with you, but you've got to ask them and appreciate the fact that they're there. Nothing worse than come to a meeting and no one talks to you. So make sure you try to keep some young people, new blood. New blood is always good. And I'm coming from the old school, so I understand that perfectly well. But again, I congratulate the legislators who were just elected. I know you all are going to do a great job. It was great to see Tom. I haven't seen Tom in a long time. But I look forward to working with the state party. I look forward to working with Governor Patrick and all of you. And if I can make myself available, it's always nice to come back home. Come back home and speak at this meeting. Yeah, this afternoon I'll get to see my 2 daughters and 4 grandchildren. I haven't seen them in about 7 months. They all live in Plymouth, so this will make it a little easier trip for me. And back tomorrow. But in the meantime, tailgate parties will be starting shortly. I spent the last 4 presidential cycles in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, running Western Pennsylvania for the last 4 presidential elections. You talk about a football town. Now, if I was in Pittsburgh right now, I'd be into my 4th hour of a tailgate party. They start at 8 o'clock in the morning and they don't stop. But seriously, I know we're all rooting for the Patriots today. I heard on the radio coming down this morning from Boston that someone said the Patriots have the flu. Now, I don't know if this is Belichick trying to psych people out, but it's always a possibility. But again, it's a pleasure to come home. It's a pleasure to be here back at the Plymouth County League, which I was a member for many years. And I look forward to working with all of you. And Governor Dean sends his best. And we can get him up this way sometime at one of your meetings. We'll try that. His schedule is crazy. He travels every week across the country. He doesn't stop. He's a very, very hard-working chairman. And we're facing some real obstacles with this convention coming up. Not everybody's happy with his choice in Denver. But you know what? The West is where it's at right now in terms of Democratic numbers. The West is growing crazy. So hopefully it's going to be a great convention. I think it'll be a great convention. It'll be hard to get to for a lot of people, but it needed to be done. And I think we're going to see probably, my guess right now is probably 8 candidates for the presidency for the Democratic Party. We have a meeting coming up February 1st and 3rd. It's our annual winter meeting for the National Democratic Committee in Washington. We send out an invitation to people who we thought were going to be candidates, exploratory committees, etc. We've got a response from 11 that are all going to be at this meeting, so it's going to be kind of interesting. They're all going to be looking to talk to everybody. But we all heard the announcement the last couple of days of a couple of candidates, and I'm sure there's going to be more down the road, and some will come and some will go. But whoever our nominee is, we have to commit and work hard if we want to get back to the White House. And I know that I had 8 great years working in Washington in the White House, and I'm looking forward to going back, and with your help, we'll do that. Thanks very much.